You are listening to the So Now What podcast with Lana Manikowski, episode number 113. Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the So Now What podcast. If you are watching me on YouTube, you can tell I am not in my regular digs. I am actually recording this in Phoenix, Arizona. This is actually my national sales meeting is going on. For those of you who kind of have been following me for a while, you might know that I am in sales for a large medical device company. And we are having our annual sales meeting in Phoenix. And tomorrow is the awards dinner. If you've been listening for a while, you probably know that I have a potential for winning something called President's Club. So the wait will be over. And as of tomorrow, by hopefully 9 p.m. Mountain Time, I'll be able to tell you whether I won President's Club, which, for some is not a huge thing. But for me and for many of the women who have been through fertility treatments and haven't been able to become a mom, the return to work and the realization that your life as a mom is gone and you have to basically refocus yourself and figure out how you're going to get back into the game of being a full-time, at least for me, this was kind of my story. I thought that I was going to have children, maybe take some time away from work, maybe work part-time and come back to work after my kids were back in school. And when I figured out that I wasn't going to become a mom and realized that I'd be working, or so I thought, be working the rest of my life in this job, I struggled a lot. I really had a lot of anxiety because I wasn't sure that I was going to ever be able to feel fully in alignment with the career that I was in and the path that I had chosen to go on in my career path, because I didn't come at it thinking that it would be something that was going to be forever. And that doesn't mean that I couldn't quit my job and do something else. But during the transition of coming back to work after realizing that I wasn't going to become a mom, I felt like I needed that constant in my life. So if I do end up winning President's Club on Tuesday night, I will really be able to kind of have this feeling of, oh my God, I'm really able to represent all of the women out there who weren't sure what life would be like when they left their journey of infertility and left their journey of seeking motherhood and felt like really work was the only thing that was keeping them afloat. So I'll let you know, but either way, I've decided, whether I win or not, that I have been extremely successful in my career. I have accomplished some amazing things. And whether I get the title of President's Club winner or not, I have a lot to be proud of. And I hope that you see yourself as that same way, and that you don't need to necessarily have a title or win a contest or make a certain amount of money in order to feel like you are worthy of success in your career. So, yeah, I'll let you know what I know when I know it. But let's talk this week about why it is that so many women feel like they aren't deserving when it comes to their life. There are so many things that we have endured, so many disappointments that we have been unexpectedly forced to manage through. And there's times in your journey, and I know, just speaking from firsthand, there are times when I felt like maybe I wasn't deserving of happiness. I looked back at my life and I thought, what did I do wrong to deserve this? Who did I cross paths with that I didn't treat the way that they maybe were meant to be treated? Or maybe when it came to my religious life and my faith in God, like, did I not believe enough? Did I not go to church enough? Did I not pray enough? There are so many things that I thought that I did wrong, that I was not deserving of motherhood. And when I left my journey without children, I continued to like see things that I looked at and thought, you know what? People like me don't get that. People like me don't deserve those type of things. I always, had this like vision that other people were more deserving than I was at the good things in life. And when I discovered life coaching and when I discovered this way of believing about myself and my worthiness, I started to realize that I was thinking that everyone else was more deserving of the good things in life than I was. And if you are somebody who is navigating that right now, I first want to tell you that there is so much that you are deserving of, that just because your dream of motherhood didn't end up in the way that you thought it would, it does not mean that the rest of your life has to be without wonderful things. You deserve everything that you dream of. And even if motherhood wasn't something that you weren't able to achieve, there are things right now that I know that you are secretly thinking about. And maybe you've never told anyone that you've been dreaming about, because if you said it out loud, people might snicker. People might be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that she really wants that thing, or that thing might feel too big for someone like you to ever achieve. But I want to tell you that you are deserving of it. Because as humans, we oftentimes give away our power and give away our good juju and our good energy to the people around us before we give it to ourselves. And I want to break down why we do that. A lot of times, it is a defense mechanism. We believe that if we say things out loud and people hear what our biggest dreams and our hopes and our aspirations are, if we don't actually achieve them, we'll be looked upon as kind of like a joke, or as somebody who just doesn't achieve the things that she wants to achieve. And the reason that we have fallen victim to that belief is because from a young age, you might have been told by whether it's your parents or grandparents or people around you, don't tell people that you're working on that until you achieve it. It was kind of like you had to keep these big things a secret until you achieved it, because once you achieved it, then people would look at you as somebody that they should take seriously. So imagine if you could tell people whatever it was that you wanted to say, knowing that you are deserving of the outcome. Whether you achieve it or not is a whole nother story. But if you lead in a way that you believe that you are not worthy of achieving something, then it makes it a trillion times harder to actually achieve the thing that you want to achieve, because you've already told yourself that you're not deserving of it. And so your energy, the things you attract, the things that you go after become so much harder for you to match up with, because your brain's already telling you that you aren't achieving or able or deserving of this achievement that you are so craving and desiring. It's like this thing that you feel this little rumble in your heart when you think about having something or achieving something or doing something. but you talk yourself out of it because you might tell yourself other people are more deserving of it. Other people have worked harder than you, or other people have better luck than you. And I want to call BS on that because I believe that every single one of us, regardless of who you've done wrong in your life or who you've done over the top things for and been such a good person and shown up for in your life, what if there was just this ability to not have to put like a rating system on who's deserving of what? And what if every single one of us, irregardless of who we've negatively crossed paths with or not, what if all of us were deserving of everything that we wanted? Even the bad people out there. What if there was no scaling system or no judgment zone of who was deserving of what, and we all were deserving of what we wanted? Because a lot of us, a lot of humans get caught up in this justification system of who's deserving of what good thing in their life. And oh, that person shouldn't have that because they didn't try hard enough. That person shouldn't have gotten pregnant so easily because she didn't want to be a mom as bad as I did. What if none of that existed and we looked at our life as every single one of us being deserving of what we wanted? Because when you just allow this feeling that you are deserving of what you want because you are a human on this earth searching for your way or grasping for your dreams, how easy does that feel? But when we approach life making it seem like we have to check boxes in order to be deserving of things, then things seem scarier to go after. Things seem like a huge lift to go after. And so I just want everyone to think about life as being equal for all of us. And imagine if we were all deserving of everything that we wanted. And I know you're probably thinking, well, yeah, if that was true, why didn't I have the children that I dreamed of? And that is exactly why it's so important to understand that there might be something else out there bigger than you or bigger than you expected motherhood would bring. Because I have to say, like, I couldn't imagine ever feeling as settled and ever feeling as fulfilled as I do in my life without children. Because I thought motherhood was going to give me that. I believed that that's what women did. They had kids and they created their purpose and they filled their life with joy through motherhood. But when that was not available to me and I realized that there might be more, life just, I felt like this veil was pulled out from in front of me, that I was only looking at my life through this lens that was like 70 or 80%. And when I realized that there was more for me that I didn't even know I wanted and I didn't even know existed beyond motherhood, it just like felt so freaking amazing. And that's basically why I got my life coach certification, because I didn't hear or see or know of anyone talking about life feeling really fulfilling and meaningful and purposeful without children. And that's why I created the Thrive After Infertility Mastermind, which, by the way, my next class starts in February. If that's something you want to get on, hop on right this minute to the Thrive After Infertility Mastermind waitlist. I'm actually offering a free one-on-one planning session with me, which is something that is absolutely, before you even join Thrive, we are going to have a plan together for you that is going to have you getting the most you could possibly get out of the 12-week mastermind. But the whole point being is that when we believe that we're not deserving of something, then we never get what we deserve in life. And what if life was offering you and giving you every single thing you ever dreamed possible? And I believe it. I see it all the time. I see my students leave Thrive and leave my one-on-one coaching and go on to do amazing things that I can guarantee you when they first started working with me, they never ever dreamed was possible for them. And I want that for every single woman who is childless, not by choice. And I want that especially for you, because I know that you're listening to this podcast every week and you know that there's something more that you want in life. And maybe you don't realize how deserving you are of that very thing. So I hope you have a beautiful week. I love you. And remember, it's never too late to discover your meaning. I'll talk to you next week.